you like this video, please click like, share it, subscribe. The button's down there. I need to get to 20,000 subs. Just press it, you never have to do it again. If you want coaching with me, Nottingham Online, all the information is in the bio. How you doing? So I know you lot love a rabbit hole, and you know my theme of this channel. I'm trying to make things less technical and to focus on the game. But you know, at the end of the day, everybody's got a cue action, and you know we've all got to get something we can repeat, because repeatability is key. If you can't repeat it, no good, no matter how beautiful it looks. But a grip is a big subject within the game, and the amount of content out there and time spent on it, unbelievable. So here's a little tip about your grip that will help you find something you can repeat. Check it out. How are we doing? So if you want a rabbit hole, let's do it. So I've coached a lot of people now, over 600 people I think, and I've not met anyone that's missing because of the grip. We might have made a few tweaks here and there, but generally, you know, people have got a grip that they find comfortable. Now, the amount of hours that's spent on it, if they spent as much time on aiming as they did grip, they'd be really good players. But honestly, they're searching for this perfect grip that they can use and they'll never miss again. When it comes to anything technically, this game is all about repeatability. If you can't repeat it, no matter how good it looks or how much your favourite player does it, it's not going to work for you. It's what you can do and what you can repeat. So usually if you pick the cue up, that feels all right, I can crack on. Right? Now, another mistake people are making is when they look at a player's grip, their favourite player's grip, and they're making an assumption of how tight or loose that grip is. Because some grips might look tighter than what they actually feel to the player, because nobody knows what that feels like to the player. And I know people sometimes look at my grip and think I'm gripping it tight, but it's absolutely the other way, because I know I don't hold it tight because I've got dry hands, and I have to be careful that sometimes I feel like the cue's going to slip out of my hand, so I have to use moisturiser to get a bit of sort of purchase. You sometimes see me playing, I'll do that. It's not so much, sometimes my hands are cold, but generally it's because my hands are quite dry, so I sometimes have to grip the cue tighter for that reason, which I don't want to do because that's not comfortable for me, but I feel I have to sometimes because my hands are very dry. Anyway, that's me. But what I'm saying is, people, it's very easy to look at a grip and assume how tight it is. So when you ask them how tight you're gripping it, well, a number 5. Well, what does that mean? Your 5 might be different to my 5. So again, it's just a rabbit hole people go down. It's not worth going down there. Excuse me, a bad cough is a bad one. Can't get through this without coughing. So a little tip here about your grip, I think that will help you make it more repeatability. Now, I did a video a while ago where I said that focusing on the chin and chest, that will give you your grip by default, right? But when it comes to grip pressure, I think one tip that will work, drum roll, is this. So, now this is quite an unflattering view, and I've been training quite a lot recently, so watch out for the glutes, they'll get you. Right, so here's my grip there, that's what my grip looks like. There's me backwards and forwards. So, one of the mistakes people make is when they pull the cue out, they don't open it up. So, what that does, if you don't open it up, it will pull the cue offline. So that is a thing, right? But you see people then trying to think about opening the hand too much, and all their attention is on opening the hand, and they forget to aim, which is a bad one. So, again, with the cue action, all things technical, it has to be a feeling. You can't be consciously thinking about it, because again, you've only got so much bandwidth in there in your conscious brain, which you need to play with. If you mess with that, you're gone, right? So, a little tip here. So when I hold the cue, I've got an amount of pressure that feels familiar to me. So a way of doing it is, if I don't open my hand, that pressure changes within my hand, because all of a sudden I'm pulling it offline a little bit. So what I do is, when I pull my cue back, I try and keep the same pressure all the way, which automatically holds my hand, opens my hand up, right? So what I'm going to do, I've got a pressure that's comfortable at the white, and when I pull back, I keep that same pressure, and I can send it on its way like that. So having a feeling in the back of your mind of what that feels like within your hand if you pull the cue back, like I say, and keep the same pressure, you will just naturally open your hand, because you've got to keep the pressure wherever that pressure points are within your grip. Now, sorry, that's the best I can do tip-wise for you, right? Because again, I don't want you to drive you mad. Now, this is not a rule. This is not something you want to be obsessed with, because again, some people might have a cue action or grip that works if the pressure just changes. But I think for people whose grip, they're struggling with it and they're thinking about opening their hand and all the fingers on it, I think this is a way of trying to create a feeling rather than a mechanical thinking about it, because again, that just messes with your aiming and that's no good. So one more go. You see, when I always open, if I don't open my hand, I feel that pressure change. But if I open my hand, that pressure is there, perfect. And that works for me. So there you go. I must add, it's not a rule. It's just a tip that might help you create something you can repeat. Crack on. First, apologies for coughing. I can't get through it. I've really been struggling recently, but I did my best there. So there you go. There's my little video on what might help you keeping that pressure on all the way through. Again, it's not a rule. You don't have to do it. It just might help you create something you can repeat. And don't start thinking about your fingers or what's happening. Just open it up by just remembering what it feels like, because with all this cue action technical stuff, it has to become a feeling. You know, if you look at the sports psychology books, these fine motor movements have got to become second nature. They've got to become a habit and something you're not consciously thinking about when you're playing, because if it is, you miss, you don't aim. It's really important. That's not my opinion. You know, the science is out there. This is the same, similar to professionals. When they struggle, they get the conscious mind involved, so they struggle to do what they can do all the time. On an amateur level, obviously, you've got to create those habits, and if you're not doing something that's comfortable, you cannot create those habits, and then that vicious circle of doom just keeps going. So try that, it might work for you. Comment below, see you soon.